The story starts in a gloomy world infected by a virus that turns people into zombies called Kabane. A train full of warriors called Katatsujo goes to every city's station to check whether any normal people are left there, but soon one of their own men is attacked by a zombie, and they ask him to kill himself before he turns into a zombie too. Then we can see Ikamo, the main man of the story, running to go to a workshop where the trains are made. There he meets Takumi, and while they are chatting, Princess Ayam comes in to get her dad's gun fixed, and Ikamo is given the job to fix it. Then before he can fix it, the Katatsujo arrives at the workshop, and the workers start checking every warrior to see if anyone has been infected. They find a man with a scar on his hand, and they suspect him to be infected. They run behind him to kill him, but Ikamo interferes, after which they hit Ikamo, and he falls to the ground. They shoot the suspect, but it turns out that he was not a Kabane, and after this Ikamo is thrown in a prison cell. Later that night, Mumei, who is the king's guest, goes to meet Ikamo without telling anyone. Later, another train is about to arrive at the workshop, but they find out there are zombies all over the train, and before they can raise the bridge it's already too late. The zombies start killing people and the warning bells are rang. People start leaving the town, but many are killed before they get out. Then the king's guests try to leave, but are stopped by the king as he goes out on his horse to check things. Ikamo then escapes from the cell and cuts himself, leaving a trail of blood for Kabane to follow. He then heads over to his lab, where he uses his own piercing gun to kill a Kabane successfully, but before he can celebrate he finds a wound on his arm showing that he has been infected. Then the king's guest also gets infected, and he tells Mumei to leave and take care of their clan. Then, Ikamo starts restricting blood flow to his brain, so he does not become a Kabane, which works, and he is saved, but it makes him faint. Meanwhile Mumei is attacked by a Kabane, but she rips his neck off with a simple kick from her bladed slippers. Then, we can see Ikamo waking up completely fine after having a nightmare about the Kabane. Then Takumi came looking for Ikamo, but he got scared seeing blood all over and a dead Kabane. Then Ikamo told him about the success of their experiments. On the other hand, the forces are busy fighting with the Kabane, trying to keep Ayam and others safe. Then Mumei comes in and beats up a security guard who called her a child. Then Mumei jumps out of the boundaries and goes to fight the Kabane all alone, and after she kills one of them, all others get angry and start chasing her. This clears the path for all villagers to get to the train so they can get to safety. One after another, Mumei finishes off all the Kabane. Then just before everyone gets on the train, 2 more Kabane come to attack them, but Mumei finishes them as well. Kurusu, Ayam's bodyguard, suspects that Ikamo is a Kabane, but Mumei defends him. Then as the train prepares to leave, thousands of Kabane come in hordes to attack the train, and this leads to many soldiers getting killed. After this a Kabane tries to break into the train, but Ikamo killed him with his piercing gun. Sadly after this, he got bit, and Kurusu and others wanted to kill him. Before Takumi can save him, Kurusu shoots Ikamo, and he falls off the train in the middle of the Kabane horde. After this Ayama finds out that her father, the Bushi King, has also turned into a Kabane, and they end up killing him along with a few others. Then, as they try to lower the bridge somehow for the train to enter, they see that Ikamo is fighting off many enemies alone as they bite him. Seeing this, Princess Ayam tells everyone to help Ikamo, and before falling on the ground he turns the lever to get the bridge down. Ikamo lies on the side of the platform crying as the train passes by, but Takumi throws a chain trying to get Ikamo back on the train, in which he fails. To his surprise, Mumei jumps off the train and gets Ikamo. After this, when Kurusu and others force Ikamo to kill himself, Mumei removes her shirt and shows everyone a mark on her back, telling everyone that both her and Ikamo are Kabaneris, someone who is neither a Kabane nor a human. This does not make Kurusu very happy, but Mumei tells him that, if she wanted to kill him, he would be dead by now. Ikamo still doesn't agree with Mumei and asks to leave the train, but she doesn't let him do that. After this, Ikamo gets kicked in the balls by Mumei. As the train heads for Kongakaku, Ikamo gets the same nightmare, and he wakes up to Mumei, who asks him to be his human shield and train with her, where of course Ikamo keeps losing from her. Mumei senses a Kabane, but as she steps out of the boiler room people get scared thinking that she is a Kabane. Before anything happens they have to stop the train to repair the water tank. Then a funeral is held for everyone who died, including Ayam's father, and during the funeral a few villagers try to kill Mumei and Ikamo, but Ayam stops them. But after this Ayam attacks Ikamo, asking him if he is with them or against them, and Ikamo proves that he is not a Kabane. After this Ikamo faints while having a conversation with Ayam. Why did he faint? Was he a Kabane after all? Did he survive? To find that out, let us know in the comments that you want a part 2 of this recap and subscribe to our channel so you can watch it as soon as we release it.